just chatting. Oh god. Hello. I kind of look busted. Hold on. No, okay. I learned it all literally an hour before the stream started. I was watching the video and it was 30 minutes long and I still had like 17 minutes left and it was already 3:50 and I was like, no, there's no way I'm doing the rest of this. So I actually like don't finish the lore, but I finish it at sister location. So since I'm playing sister location after, I think it's fitting. But yeah, I kind of did. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Don't spill your water. Favorite color, green. I'm cutting my hair just like yours. Do it. I'm allergic to dairy. That sucks. That actually really sucks. I love dairy. Don't spill your water again. Look, this is the water my mom came in and gave. Wait, is it playing a song? Yeah, it is. Okay, this is the water that my mom came in and gave me that has a lid on it. So if I spill it, there's very little room. Because we can't be spilling it on today's stream. When will you start playing? When will I start playing because I know the game? I don't know what that... Do you mean when will I start playing? I'm gonna play after I finish the slideshow. Which is like 60 slides long. But it only took the guy in the video that I got it from 30 minutes to explain the whole thing, and I'm doing half, so it'll only take like 15 minutes. Oh my god, I saw your TikTok and I went to your Twitch and I was just in time. Yes, yes. What time is it in America? 4:05. There, 4:05. It's spill proof, just what you need, yeah. The music's a little loud. Alright. Yeah, it was a little, like, not loud last time. It was a little quiet last time, so I turned it up. But yeah, tell me how volume is for everything. I support. I'm unlabeled, but I support. Oh crap, what did I just do? Your room looks nice. Thank you. Yeah. Oh gosh. It's my first time watching you. Hi. I'm dyeing my brown hair today. I'm dyeing my hair brown today. Yes. Awesome. I need to re-dye my hair, although it like looks okay. My hair's like turning really red. I'm about to go to track. I can't do this right now. It's okay. You can watch the VOD. You can watch the VOD. Guitar. I know. I can't play it, but yeah. I literally just woke up to study and you're streaming. Perfect time. Oh my gosh. I hope that's actually you, Emma. It definitely is. Hi, Emma. Okay. No, hey! No hitting on Jeffrey. That is not allowed. Okay. Should I start? Should I start the lore? The lore explanation? Maybe? Oh, why do I look like that? Wait, your hair isn't naturally like this? What do you mean? What do you mean? My hair's not naturally straight, if that's what you mean. I have curly hair. Outfit check? Okay, I'll do that and then I'll start the stream. My hair is naturally brown though, except I used to be a redhead and it naturally changed. Okay, outfit check. I got this shirt, which is so cool. It has bunnies on it and they're like in jail. And I got the usual, and then I got alligator things on. You know, you already know. You already know how it is. And then I got black and white fuzzy socks on. I won't be in chat much today because I'm doing homework. That is okay. I will just be explaining this amazing lore. What happened to the music? Okay, there we go. All right. I think it's safe to start. When will you start playing the game? Oh, okay. Yeah. It'll be. I actually don't know, but okay. Look how cool it looks. Wait, should I turn off my lights for this? So it matches the vibe? I'll turn off the lights when I play the game. I'll keep the lights on for the game because, or Or I'll keep the lights on for the explanation because it's kind of creepy. And I feel like if I turn my lights on, it'll just add to the creepiness. Show us your curly hair next stream. What do you guys say yes to? Turning off my lights or turning... I'll definitely have them off for the game, but I don't know if I should turn them on or off for the explanation. I'm gonna keep the happy music because if I put on creepy music, then I'll just... Okay, okay. Hold on. Let me get it pulled up. There's seriously 52 slides in this. View. Except I don't know if I turn it off now, the lighting will just be bad. I'll leave it. Wait, present. Okay. Hold on. Let's see what it looks like with the lights off. And then maybe that matches the vibe better. I'll turn everything off when I play the game, but like this should be fine for now. Because most streamers don't read chat. Well, I mean, it makes me nervous when I have a lot of people because chat goes so fast and I really like reading chat, but okay, guys, FNAF lore. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Okay, hold on. This is just the background. Let me actually pull up the actual. Here, look. This is the slideshow. The slideshow. I think. Wait. Let me make sure. Okay. Yay! All right. Oh wait, no. I want to go back. Okay. Here we go. LGBTQ rights? Yes. Obviously. Human rights. What the heck? Okay. Chat. Be prepared. Get prepared. Five Nights at Freddy lore explains. It's so much less scary with the happy music, but it's fine. It's fine. I like the happy music. Okay. So we're gonna explain from FNAF 1, which is the first game, to Sister Location, which I don't know which game that is, but I don't know, but I'm gonna be playing Sister Location, which is why we're stopping there. Definitely not because I ran out of time. That is definitely not why I stopped at Sister Location. Yeah, Bonnie in the back's chilling. Just ignore Bonnie. Also, look at my sub count. What the heck? I'm so close to 21. I'm excited. Okay, this is a warning. An official warning. It talks about blood, so not too much though, because I don't want to talk about blood that much, so I kind of you know, sugarcoat everything. But it also talks a lot about death and stuff. All that fun stuff. So this is a fair warning, but it shouldn't be too scary. We should be fine. And you guys don't have to chat too much if you don't want to, if you just want to watch, because I am just explaining FNAF lore, but... Okay. So, basically, I got all my, info and stuff from this video, which was the video I was talking about. I stopped, at this point, because he goes on to explain, the other games, or, new games that are coming out. But Drama Josh, it's literally the first thing that comes up when you look up FNAF lore. It's a really good video, so... If you want to learn the rest after my stream, then you can go to this video. But yeah, yes, welcome to all the first timers. I usually don't do stuff like this, but me and chat really wanted to learn the FNAF lore, so I guess this is what we're doing. Okay, so basically there are 10 games out so far in the whole franchise, and there's also 9 books out, and there's more on the way, so more games and stuff are coming out. I remember playing the first game or something on my phone in 5th grade. So it's crazy. There's so many games that are coming out. We're gonna start with, oh my gosh, look how small chat is. Hold on. Wait, hold on. I wanna fix this. So ignore me. There we go. Okay, now we can start. Yeah, you are swag. Okay, so basically, Five Nights at Freddy's 1. This is the very first Five Nights at Freddy's game, okay? As you can see, this is Freddy, I don't even know. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So in the game, there's not much lore in this game, because it was the first one. There wasn't too much backstory to it. The setting where you are in the game, it actually took place in 1993. So there's more backstory like before then, but the game takes place in 1993. And basically all you are in the game is some dude took a night shift in this rip-off Chuck E. Cheese with these creepy ass animatronics. So that's basically the story of the game. And this pizza place uses like 10 feet animatronics to like entertain the kids, you know, just like Chuck E. Cheese. And also to hide bodies of children. You know, the normal stuff, obviously. Not that, you know, just like Chuck E. Cheese, obviously. And there's a big incident in the lore, and it's called the Missing Children Incident, which is basically like the first incident. And it took place in the early 80s when the shop was still open. And basically a dude in a mascot suit, which we'll learn more about him later. This dude lured 5 kids into a room in the mascot suit, and then suddenly they all went missing. Which basically we can infer what he did to them, you know. So, but basically that happened, and then the guy in the mascot was arrested, but then he was freed because there wasn't any evidence, because there was like no bodies, you know, no evidence. So he was freed. After the incident, then the animatronics, which the kids' dead bodies were in, you know, they were reported to be producing like foul odors, you know, like, you know, because there's kind of like dead bodies inside of them. So the shop actually gets closed down, but then for some reason, it's up and running 10 years later, because why not? But yeah, we can assume that the children were stuffed into the animatronics by the guy who was in the mascot suit, and the reason that the animatronics are like going after you in the game, and the reason that they're moving, is because the spirits of the children haunt the animatronics. So this is basically like a really simple lore. The first game is like simple, you know, not too much backstory. But yeah, okay. And then we move on to meeting the animatronics. These are the core 4. Let me tell you, there's some baddies. Okay, so, you know, these are the core 4. We have Freddy Fazbear, my man, okay? Dilf energy, okay? Let me just say, he seems like the type of the guy that, like, when you're out at a restaurant and you finish, he'll stand up and then he'll be like, all right, are you ready to rock and roll? Let's go. Let's rock and roll. You know? Dad energy. What a guy, honestly. Super cool dude. It's actually very funny. Because Freddy, like, it's called Five Nights at Freddy's, right? This whole thing is Five Nights at Freddy's. And he has, like, nothing to do with the lore. Like, Freddy is irrelevant. But yeah, this is the Freddy Fazbear. Major Dilf. Don't know if he has children. He definitely, I mean, he has a child inside of him. So, if that counts, I don't know. Would that be MILF energy? I don't know. Moving on. We got Bonnie the Bunny. What a swag guy right here, okay? Or girl. Actually, probably a girl. So swag. Has a guitar. You know, it's purple and it's a bunny. Thank you for the sub! Oh my gosh, I love you. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyways. Yes, it's a bunny, has a guitar. That's basically it. Bonnie the Bunny. Oh my gosh. Bro, let me tell you. We got Chica the Chicken. Okay, I'm not trying to cheat on the ballerina, you know, from Sister Location. She still has my heart. But Chica! They had no right. You know, that, I mean, yeah, okay, ignore this one. That was like the original design, but like, ignore that. We're talking about this right here. Look, okay, I should probably continue on. I'm sorry, but like, okay, Anyways, okay, let's move on. Foxy the pirate. Okay, not gonna lie, I kind of have a crush on him too. Look how cool he looks. And he's a pirate. Pirates already have my heart. But he's the type of guy that, like, you would get made fun of by your friends for having a crush on. Like, you'd show him this picture, and then they'd be like, and then you'd have to be like, no, he looks better in person, trust me. Still cute, though. Still very cute. Still, I mean, Foxy's pretty foxy, if you ask me. Okay, and then we have, getting back into the lore, I need to stop simping over the characters. There's this mysterious character that pops in, throughout the games called Golden Freddy, which is basically DILF, but, you know, golden. And he said to mysteriously, like, appear and, like, jump scare throughout the games, and he crashes the game. So, you know, kind of reminds me of Herobrine or whatever, but added some flowers to make it less scary, because I'm always thinking about you guys. So yes, there's the mysterious character. Okay, here's another incident that is big in the lore, okay, and it's called the Bite of 87. So if someone asks you this, if someone quizzes you on the lore, bring up this because everybody knows about it. Except now that all the lores came out and like all the games that have came out, it's basically like irrelevant. It's not even that big of a deal. It was back then, but basically just some dude got his ear bitten off. I'm not simping for dead children. I'm not. I'm simping for the animatronics that the dead children are in. Don't. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, Bite of 87. Guy got his ear bitten off. That's basically it. I don't know. An animatronic, just like, you know, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple to understand. Yeah, cut the cameras. No. I'm not. Okay. That's the first Five Nights at Freddy's. Now we're moving on to Five Nights at Freddy's 2. All right, look, we got Freddy, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So basically, the backstory of this one, the setting is in 1987, okay? And you're basically working the night shift again at the newly opened shop. This is its grand reopening, okay? Big, why would it reopen? I don't know. Why would they ever reopen this? But, you know, we might as well. Okay, moving on. So basically, you're working the night shift, you know, the usual. Except, this is the different thing. About, you know, these animatronics. They're reopening the shop, of course, same shop. Except they made new animatronics. They re-updated them. So these ones have, like, scanners in their eyes. And they have a criminal record, like, in their system. So they can scan the faces of the people that come in, and they can, like, register if they're a criminal or not. And then if they are a criminal, they can attack, you know? Why does this remind you of Duck Life? Chat, you need to stop. Okay? This is supposed to be scary. We're talking about dead children. Don't bring up Duck Life. Anyways, what could go wrong? No, exactly, like... What could go wrong? I don't know. Reopen the place with the murderous. Anyways, so yeah, they scan the faces, they can create criminals, and this was basically their, like, thing saying, nothing can go wrong, because, like, we got, like, little, like, police officers in the animatronics, like, we're fine. So in the game, in the 2 or whatever, you're not really late, I mean, kind of, but not really. Anyways, in the game, the problem is that the new facial recognition in the new animatronics goes glitchy, and they mistake you as a criminal, and now they're trying to kill you. So that's great. And then along with the new animatronics with the facial recognition, also in the game are the old decommissioned animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy 1. You know, super cute. Chica's kind of gone off the deep end. A little bit, but we're gonna ignore that, because I'll still simp for her. No! Get Quackity out of my chat right now! Anyways, so after 1 week of opening this new one with the new animatronics, with the facial, yeah, it closes again. And the 1 week or whatever is, like, how long you play the game, because there's, like, 6 days or whatever in the game. So basically 1 week of being open, aka how long you play the game. You defeat the game, the week is over, and this pops up and it informs you that the restaurant is closing again. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? It closes again due to possible malfunctions. Yeah, it's definitely not like the animatronics just came after you and tried to kill you. Nah, it's just possible malfunctions. So that is closed. It's closed. In Five Nights at Freddy 2, there are also mini games, kind of like when you die, or like when you get a jump scare, the mini game pops up. For you guys who have like watched me or whatever, you'll see that I've played the mini games before, but basically there's just mini games in this kind of digital format, and they actually in the earlier games have a lot of influence on the lore. So I'll explain some of them. Okay, so basically this is the first one, and they all start off like sweet, like little mini games. Like in this one, you are an animatronic. You're like Freddy, I think, in this one, and you're just handing out pizzas and cupcakes to the kids. You know, super, super lighthearted, easy game. Except in the game, this is the room, and then there's a kid outside that's crying, right? He's irrelevant to the game, you know, he's just out there crying. Except we see that this purple car comes, and then this purple guy comes out of the car, kills the child, dead. So the child that was crying is gone, and he leaves. Oh my god, swear to god, I just heard something in my room. Stop, I'm getting freaked out. I'm about to grab my bat. Anyways, so the child's left there, the purple guy in the purple car leaves, ditches out there. That's the end of the game. We learn that this purple guy is very important to the plot. He is William Afton. Look at that. Look at that man. And in the lore, I'll explain it more in other slides, but he comes up a lot in the lore. Basically, this is a fan art, ignore that. We don't actually know what he looks like, but I wanted to put a picture. The purple guy, aka William Afton, is the murderer, the guy who took those 5 kids in that mascot and took them into the back and then stuffed them into the animatronics. That's that guy, purple dude, okay? He like has a day shift costume, that's a day shift uniform. He's known as the purple guy, murderer, and also Springtrap. So remember that. He is Springtrap. I'll explain that also later. But William Afton is also like an owner of the shop. Multiple layers to this man. We'll explain it all. So that was basically. There's also this other character in FNAF 2 besides the core 4. That shows up in the minigames, and it's known as the Puppet. And the Puppet is basically just a new character. In this minigame, we see the Puppet. These are animatronics that like are not working or whatever. And the purpose of the minigame is to put like animatronic heads and essentially children's souls into the animatronics and to set them to life. So another reassurance that there are children in those animatronics. They're in the Puppet. I can explain the Puppet later on, but yeah. And then in another mini game in FNAF 2, you just see you're one of the animatronics. You're like walking around, you know, the store, and every time you come into contact with the purple guy, aka William Afton, aka the murderer, the game ends and you die. And basically the puppet is the one that's leading you around this place. But anytime you come into contact with him, you die. AKA reassuring the fact that he is the murderer, he is the bad guy, he is the protagonist. The puppet is very swag. The puppet is a girl. We later learned that the puppet is actually the daughter of like one of the owners, whatever, but the puppet is indeed a girl. She is good. The puppet is good. Anyways, the bite of 87. So you know that thing I said that was irrelevant, guy got his ear bitten off? This explains more the reason that the bite happened. The reason that the bite happened, the bite happened to a day worker, which makes sense now that what we know, because the day worker was wearing a day worker uniform, aka the uniform that William Afton was wearing, aka the reason that the animatronics want revenge on him, because they think this is the person that killed them. The souls of the children see the day worker uniform, associate it with William Afton, aka the person that killed him, and that's why they bite this day worker. So that's the explanation for why the bite happened. Yes, the daughter of Henry Afton. So Henry, the puppet, is the daughter of Henry, and Henry shows up in this as well. Now we go on to FNAF 3. FNAF 3, okay? 1 and 2, now we're on FNAF 3. And basically in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, no one really knows when it takes place. It's like up for debate. A bunch of people like have different, people say 2017 through like 2023. Most people say 2023. Anyways, the whole idea is that it's in the future, because the other ones are in like the 80s, the 90s. This is in the future. Freddy is no longer gone, and because of all the stories of the haunted animatronics, some dude thought it was a great idea, to make it into a horror attraction. Why not? Why not? You know, great idea. Nothing could go wrong with that. At all, obviously. So that's what's happening in the third game, is the horror attraction is now taking place. And we see this new character called Springtrap. Springtrap, okay? And it's this old whatever. They find, as they're cleaning out Freddy's or whatever to make the attraction, they find this old Springlock suit. I'll explain Springlock suits in the next slide, but basically inside is, the person in the video said undead corpse, but I don't really know, but basically it's William Afton. He's an actual person, and he was in this Springtrap suit. And the whole idea of the game 3 is that William Afton inside this Springtrap suit is coming to kill you. No big news there. Purple guy murderer dude is now in a new thing. Now he's called Springtrap and he's coming to kill you. So the Springtrap is actually a Springlock suit, which in this world or whatever, Springlock suits are basically suits that can double as animatronics and mascots. So it's an animatronic when the motors and stuff are like in place in the suit, then the suit can move around, right? But then like there's switch that you can turn on, and it basically retracts all the metal components that make it an animatronic. It retracts them and makes them really small, so then you have room to climb into the suit and use it as a mascot. But the problem with this, which we learn in FNAF 3, is that the smallest bit of like moisture or whatever that is in the suit sets off the Springlock suits. It makes them malfunction. So if you're a person inside of the mascot, and the Springlock suit kind of goes off, the mechanics and all the metal parts go back together to make an animatronic, except there's a body in there. So basically the metal parts are pushed into your body and you die a slow, painful death, and you're stuck in the suit forever. So yeah, super lighthearted stuff, but basically that's what happened to William Afton. He got in the mascot, malfunctioned, and then all the parts were pushed into his body, and then he bled out, and that is what they found in the Springlock suit. At the end of this game, obviously once you finish it or whatever, the place burns to the ground. You'd think this is the end, right? No, it's not the end, because apparently this franchise has to keep going, and the game keeps going on. But the ending of 3 is that it burns to the ground. Apparently, the Springlock suit with William Afton in it also burns, but in reality it doesn't. So he roams free. You know, the man can't die apparently. And we continue on. I could dive deeper into like the mini games, you know, as I did in FNAF 2 with FNAF 3. But I just like really don't I really don't feel like it because there was a lot to it. But I'll explain like the important parts. There's like one important part. After all the like whatever, after all the mini games that I could explain that I don't feel like explaining, we see the ending mini game, which everybody in the FNAF fandom thought this was the end. In the mini game, you basically see all of the animatronics show up together at this birthday party, and then they go down and their spirits are released and all is well. You also see the puppet, and the puppet is, you know, it's doing great, you know? So we think that's the end, right? Thank you for the sub! Thank you, Kylie! I love you. I know, no, everybody who was playing this game, this was the, which FNAF am I on? Is this FNAF 3? I don't know, whatever. People are like, oh, okay, FNAF is done. Because it showed this ending minigame, so that's why I explained that. Also, this is kind of a scary image, but this is the puppet, aka the daughter of Henry, who is like a co-owner of Freddy's. And she's in the puppet, and the puppet is good. We see at the end of the game that she is still there, and she is seeking revenge on Afton and all of the wrongdoings that Afton did. She wants revenge. She wants justice because of all the bad things that happened. So, the puppet is good. We love the puppet. And the puppet's mask is like crying because that little girl is just trying to have we love the puppet. I love the puppet. Anyways, so we're like, okay, this is the end, right? Great conclusion. The spirits were lifted. The puppet's gonna seek revenge. We're fine. Psych. Season 4. I'm acting like this is a show. FNAF 4 comes out. People are like, and FNAF 4 is by far the most confusing and theory-destroying game that they came out with. In the video, the guy doesn't really want to explain it because there's so many different theories or whatever, but I'll just touch on the basics. You've probably seen a lot of streamers play this one because I definitely have. It's the one where they're like in a girl's room. They're in a room. But yeah. So, to understand FNAF 4, we have to realize the backstory on this family called the Aftons. There is a father, an older brother, a younger brother, and a younger sister. We don't like these two. These two suck. We hate them. We spit upon them. We don't like the older ones. Anyways, the year is 1983, and the father is William Afton. Yup, you guessed it. Purple guy, the spring lock person, the murderer. He is also the co-founder. He's the co-founder of Fredbear's Diner. So he's the co-founder of this whole restaurant. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? There's murderers and stuff. Murders happening. And he's the owner. No wonder people are dying in here, because it's basically just a... Anyways, continuing on. So, Afton, aka the purple guy, is the father of this family. The father, William Afton... Oh, why the music just get sad? Wasn't William only supposed to have 2 children? Correct me. Oh, thank you for the raid! Thank you for the raid, Pond Lily. Thank you. Mwah. I have no clue. I don't know. I'm just going based on what this video, or the video says. So if I'm wrong, yell at the video person. But, oh well, we'll see. Anyways, the father, William, was the co-creator. He was the creator along with Henry. The both of them created it together. William dealt with more of the business side, while Henry created the animatronics. Oh yes, welcome Raiders. If you don't know what's happening, this is the FNAF lore. And then later on I'm playing FNAF's sister location. Anyways, so business side, he built the animatronics. Because he was the co-owner, his family lived next to the diner, and because of that, his kids, were often like left at the diner to play around as he worked. Yeah, makes sense. So now we're introduced to the two sons, which is Michael and the crying child, which doesn't really have a name. I know a bunch of people in the fandom or in the franchise called this child Chris, but that isn't an actual, that isn't a canon name. They just created that name because that was the closest name to cry. So we're just calling him Michael, and then this is the crying child. We hate Michael. Michael sucks. Michael also resembled his father, which is why he sucks as well. But basically, oh wait, someone called my outfit pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Anyways, so this is the crying child, the younger brother. Michael was evil. This is Michael right here. He would scare his little brother all the time. He would put on animatronic masks, and he would scare his little brother so much that he was terrified of these animatronics. Absolutely terrified because of his his bigger brother, Michael. Because Michael's a little prick. Anyways, and then this is also Michael's little bear, which is actually also haunted, but we're gonna ignore that part. Anyways, his bear speaks to him. His bear speaks to him and tells him, and also tells us, the person who's playing the game, that Michael has seen, or not Michael, the crying child has seen something. He knows something about the animatronics. It's not specified. It's not specified what he's seen, but it's obviously traumatic. And I'm gonna guess he saw like a child being taken in by one of the animatronics. So he knows something, so he's definitely afraid of the animatronics. He's also definitely afraid of them because of his bigger brother who scares him all the time. So that's the story on the crying child. He appears in many, many games and in many scenes of him just crying. I went to punt Michael into the sun. True. Actually, true. Anyways, it is the crying child's birthday. Yay! He deserves some good in his life. Psych. Psych. Michael and his friends, who are also equally just as bullies, all put on these masks and pick up Michael. I keep calling the crying children Michael. Picks up the crying child. Michael and his friends pick up the crying child, and to scare him on his birthday, they put him inside one of the animatronic mouths. You know? Just being like, oh, look, it's gonna bite you. Like, you know, being bullies, basically. So as you can see, one of the animatronics glitches, something happens, and man's is just squashed. Head is just, you see that? You see, just absolutely. And this incident is known as the Bite of 83. The Bite of 83. Which is another thing that you can say to sound cool when people ask you about the FNAF lore. The Bite of 83. That is basically the crying child being bitten by one of the animatronics after Michael and his friends put him in the mouth. The crying child doesn't die at first. He's put into a coma and then is taken to the hospital. And then we see a few more mini scenes of like his inner conscious, and he's crying and animatronics are talking to him, but basically he dies. So that happens. Now, all that backstory, we move on to FNAF Sister Location, which is what we are here for. I'm kind of sad I didn't dive deeper into the lore. Maybe I will if I get a new game. I'll like start from Sister Location and then do the rest of the lore, but I finished this slideshow at exactly like 3:50, so I couldn't go any deeper, but that's okay. This is FNAF Sister Location. This is the most like straightforward storyline out of all of them, apparently. I don't know. Which is the game that we're going to be playing today. So this is basically the plot. We see this little person, this bad person. We see him again. The plot is actually an unspecified time in the future. Thank you for the sub! Oh my gosh, my mods always got... Love you. Love you, mods. Anyways, It's an unspecified time but it's in the future. You know, it's around the same time as FNAF 3. So basically the game is from the point of view of Michael Afton, aka the older brother. Which I could literally punch multiple times in the face. It's gonna irk me, the fact that I have to play as him later. But basically, we're playing as him, right? And Michael was sent by William Afton, aka his father, aka the murderer. He was sent by William, to put to rest, but basically to unleash the soul and spirit of his dead daughter, aka the little girl that we saw in the beginning when we were introduced to the Afton family. A backstory for the setting of this. This was like early 80s. This was Circus Baby's Pizza World. It's a separate place from Freddy's place, the Fredbear Diner or whatever. Separate place. It just opened, and it was after all that stuff with Freddy's was happening. My gosh, thank you for the prime! Oh my gosh, you guys need to stop! What the heck? Thank you, Ella. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. I need to get back to the. Okay. This is taking me like an hour to explain this. I lied. But yeah, so different place, Circus Babies Pizza World. And it was after all that stuff with Freddy's was happening. We learn that this Circus Babies world is actually just another place ran by the same exact people. It was exactly like Freddy's. It was ran by William Afton, and the animatronics were made by Henry. So, you know, it's basically the same exact thing. Except I also learned that, we'll get into that. The difference between the two places is the animatronics. The animatronics are completely different. I'm so good at explaining. Thank you. I feel like I was explaining it a little weird, but that reassures me. Thank you. Anyways, the difference between Freddy's, the pizza place, and then this new what is it called? Circus Baby's Pizza World, is that the animatronics were made different when the same people went to the different location. These animatronics, specifically, were made to capture kids. Made to capture kids. So that's great. And Henry, actually, I learned this later, Henry didn't know what he was making the animatronics for until he learned that the animatronics were made to capture kids, and then he quit. Which I kind of would have like reported William to like the police instead of just quitting, but you know. Anyways, these new ones were specifically made to capture kids. And that's where we're introduced to Miss Ballora. We're introduced to Miss Ballora over here, you know, long leg. People who watch me play Sister Location know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is Ballora. She's kind of a baddie. Anyways, okay. Anyways, ignore that. Now we're gonna learn about the dead daughter, Elizabeth Afton, and what happened to her exactly. So, basically the backstory is that she was obsessed with the new baby animatronic in this new, pizza world that her dad created, this new location. She was obsessed with the new baby animatronic, and she begged her dad to see it. But obviously, her dad wouldn't let her see it because he knew that if she went to see it, the animatronic would literally, basically kill her and, like, take her and capture her. So dad was like, no matter how much you like it, you can't see it. But then Elizabeth actually went and saw the animatronic while nobody else was looking, and there were no witnesses to see what happened. And that's basically what happened. The shop was then closed on the same day due to gas leaks. Gas leaks. How is this not shady? How is nobody caught on to this? This is... Anyways, Bro, I can't sleep after this. I'll overthink it. It's fine. I probably should put in the beginning, don't associate this with real life, because it's like, there's like black magic and stuff that they use in here. Like, it's so fantasy, but it's still very interesting, actually. I actually really like the lore. Anyways, the shop was then closed. So again, another close, you know. Nothing surprising here. Same old things. This is from one of the mini games. I actually played this, and look, we see the baby animatronic, and we see Elizabeth. So, if that doesn't justify it anymore. The shop then, for the setting of Sister Location, the shop turns into a place where you can, like, rent out the animatronics. So it's not a pizza place, it's not, and just people come in to rent out the animatronics for, like, birthdays and stuff. They don't do background checks in there, so Michael actually gets hired as a technician to go check out the animatronics, which is what we see in the Sister Location game, is Michael going down to the basement to go check on the conditions of the animatronics. When Michael is hired as a technician, Michael's job is to unleash the spirit of his sister, but Elizabeth, his sister, sees this as an opportunity. She sees this as an opportunity, so she creates this whole plan. She gathers up all the animatronics there, and they all take their best parts from each of their own bodies, and the souls of these people create Anard? Yeah, Anard. They create Anard, which is basically the best version of all of these, with all their different parts put together to create this multiple soul, you know, animatronic. All their souls are inside this one animatronic called Anard, which is a mix of all these people. Their plan is to get Michael, to earn his trust, and then to get Michael into this like arm, this like scraping arm. They want to get him into this room with this exact scraping arm, and they want to scoop out his insides of his body, so it creates almost a humanized shell. And then their idea is to put Anard, the robot that they've created together, into Michael's body, and then escape the place, so they can finally be free and escape into the real world in Michael's body. I'm probably like mispronouncing stuff, but it's okay. So basically we see that this happens, you know, he's walking out, you know, it's going great. You know, they're inside the body. This is Michael's body with Anard inside of it. And people are like, oh, hey, Michael. Little do they know, it's the souls of multiple children inside of an animatronic. But as we see, as it keeps going on, the body, obviously, because there's no organs, nothing to keep it going, it starts to decompose. It's a human body. That's how it works. So the body with the robot inside starts to decompose, and people start noticing it. They're like, yo, why does Michael look like a decaying corpse? So because this happens, it decays more and more, and basically Anard and like the animatronic leave the body. They leave the shell of Michael's body. And oh my gosh, I did hit my sub count! Yay! Oh my gosh, thank you guys. Yay, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm almost finished with this, hold on. But yeah, so they leave his corpse, and then they go like into a sewer. You know, the animatronic like hides in a sewer. So they're in the outside world, but like, whatever. Except, here's the thing. The weird black magic that was keeping the children's souls in the animatronics and like doing all this weird stuff, that black magic rubbed off on the shell of a person that Michael now is. And the corpse was able to get up after the animatronic leaped him, walk, and go tattle to his dad. So now his dad, aka William Afton, aka the purple dude, knows about everything that's happened, and he like runs away. So then Anard, aka all of the people put together, gets mad at Elizabeth, who basically created this entire plan because it all went to ruins. So they take Elizabeth and throw her soul and stuff out of a nard. So she's discarded from the rest of the animatronics. And then later, to like explain the new game, explain the rest of the games, she like rebuilds herself, and then she shows up at another location, and then that basically explains the rest of the plot for the next one. And obviously there is more to like the lore after that, but basically that's the lore leading up to Sister Location, aka what we're going through. I feel like it was pretty good explanation. I kind of understand it more myself now. So yeah, that's basically the lore. That's basically everything explained up until Sister Location. Look, we see Freddy right there, and then we see Bonnie or whatever. But yeah, that is basically the lore leading up to it. Okay, so now I finally finished the lore.